Hello, everybody. Coming at you today with the best areas to live in Philadelphia. Hey everybody, welcome back. I'm Gregory Marti, your local real estate expert here. Today we're doing a remix of our best areas to live in Philadelphia. We got a little sampling in the city and out of the city. Stay tuned. All right, thanks for stopping by, everybody. 2021 is among us and upon us, and we're talking about the best areas to live in the Philadelphia area. All right, so we're going to look at 4 different criteria for what makes a place the best place to live. We're going to be talking about 4 different things. What is great for families? What is great for young professionals? What is upscale and historic? Can't talk about Philadelphia without getting history involved. All right, so let's start with families, okay? If you don't have a family of your own, you can join ours. Join our real estate family. But seriously, what places are great for families? So I'm going to start outside of the city, but not too far outside of the city in Bucks County in Langhorne. All right, so Langhorne is home of Sesame Place. Now, if any of you grew up when I did, you're very familiar with Sesame Street. And I learned recently that it's no longer on the air, but I know you can catch some reruns. I'm sure they've got it on YouTube, but nonetheless, Sesame Place is in Langhorne, so that's what makes it the best for families. Okay, next. No, seriously, that's not the only reason, but why not start there? More important in Langhorne is the public schools are super highly ranked on multiple websites. And you know, if you read it on the internet, then it must be true. So Langhorne is in Middletown Township, and Langhorne is its own little community within the township, but it's collectively called Langhorne. There's a ton of business and a ton of retail in that area. You got Neshaminy Creek that runs through there. A lot of the houses are like 19th century historic homes. There are a ton of different shops and a ton of different restaurants to check out. So aside from Sesame Place, you got some other great family attractions like Bounce You. You got Golf Adventure. You got Oxford Valley Mall. And you've got Core Creek Park, over 1,200 acres of family fun. So you got an average median home price in that area right around $250,000. Now, certainly we can get you into something for less. And there's a ton of opportunity for more, and sometimes even a lot more. So to get into Center City from Langhorne, now that's into Center City, not necessarily to get into Philadelphia County, which wouldn't take very long at all. It's about a 45-minute drive. So if you're coming down 95, which gets heavily traveled, and it isn't as bad as 76, but it's about 45 minutes from Langhorne to Center City, Philadelphia. Now, Langhorne is conveniently located kind of near Trenton. You can be in Trenton, New Jersey in about 20 minutes. If you're looking to jump on SEPTA, check out our SEPTA video. It would take you about an hour to get into Center City, but you can sleep on the train. All right, so let's come inside of the city now and talk about an area that's really great for families, and it's Overbrook, West Philadelphia. So aside West Philadelphia and Overbrook area being super famous for Will Smith and Wilt Chamberlain, it's got a lot to offer for families. So Overbrook and West Philadelphia, sort of in general, are highly desirable in the city. It's very suburban, but it also is close enough to that urban feel. It's a constantly booming and changing area. You got to check out our video on West Philadelphia as well. But there's such a variety of different houses that you can get there. We can get you into a row home around $150,000, $160,000. There are twins and single homes there. These also got low and mid-rise apartments and kind of multi-unit type housing. So you really have a nice variety if you're just starting out, or you're downsizing or upsizing or right-sizing. But if you have a family, it's a really great bang for your buck. And to be inside the city, Center City, it's probably 20 minutes away. You cut your commute time in half. You got low taxes in the city of Philadelphia. So Overbrook, West Philadelphia, gets our choice for best for a great area for families. So Overbrook in West Philadelphia is kind of the gateway between the main line. Check out our main line channel and check out our main line videos, also to get you into Center City. There is a huge open green space called Morris Park. So Overbrook and kind of West Philadelphia in general is a really great spot to be because you have the best of both worlds. You can be in the counties, and you can be in Norristown. Check out our Norristown video in about 30 minutes. Norristown can get you anywhere in the world within reason. Overbrook is a super location to get you, again, close to center city or outside of the city. So if you're commuting even to New Jersey or even Delaware or outside of the city in the suburbs, it's really like a great central location. Overbrook's elementary school system is really highly rated. Now, the city's school district isn't highly rated at all, but the teachers and the pride that the school system has in Overbrook and the family connection, absolutely second to none. Check out Overbrook, West Philadelphia. All right, so another great area for families is going to be Valley Forge, King of Prussia, Montgomery County. So anywhere in the Valley Forge Valley, if you will, in that King of Prussia area, is going to be a super sweet spot for families. Montgomery County is just northern and western of the city. Just outside of the city, you're probably 20 miles from center city, about a 45-minute commute, depending on where you are. Now, if you're in King of Prussia, and depending on the time of day, and as long as you don't go down the blue route, you could probably get into center city in about 20 minutes. So besides King of Prussia having the largest retail mall in America, hint, hint, you like shopping, we got a casino, but we've got beautiful Valley Forge Park, got excellent school districts, one of the highest rated in the state and in the country. The taxes in the direct King of Prussia area are pretty low and pretty affordable because of all the industry and pharmaceutical and the mall being there, being heavily taxed. Sorry, mall. But the tax savings actually get passed on to the residents of that area. The average price point is a little bit high for being such a nice location. You wouldn't be surprised. It's about $350,000, but there are some great townhouse options and some wonderful single home options. And really within a few miles of King of Prussia, we can get a great bang for your buck in that $250,000. Even under $200,000, we can help you get taken care of there. So aside from the best public schools in the country, literally, Upper Merion, hint, hint, tread east, tread for an east town, hint, hint. There are a ton of private school options. And being so close to Philadelphia, you could be in private school quickly into the city or commute in or out of the city. It's a really great spot for families because of the school districts, because of the price point in that general area, and because there's so much to do and so much that you can have access to for not a lot of time and not a lot of money to be spent. I gotta mention the Valley Forge Military Academy. It is nationally recognized and it is right there in the heart of King of Prussia. So that gives you a little sampling of what's great for families. I have to mention a couple of more just to throw them out there. In no particular order, we definitely got Mount Airy in Philadelphia. Outside of the city, we got Westchester, Chester County. Go Rams. Plymouth Meeting. Gosh, there are so many. If you want an updated list, shoot me a call or send me a text or send me a carrier pigeon. You can mail us a letter, send me a fax. You can email me too. But those are the best, in our opinion here, as this date and time in 2021 that are really great for families. Are the best areas to live in Philadelphia. All right, let's get on to our next part of this video. Young professionals. Now, where are young professionals going to live? Let's get a little sampling in and out of the city. And outside of the city, and it's just outside of the city, we got Conshohocken. Now, we just did a video on this. You got to check out the Conshohocken video. That is a super great place for young professionals. It's commutable to center city. It's commutable to the city, but it's the financial hub of Montgomery County. Now, there is a whole district in Radnor, which isn't far from there, which is a super financial district, but we're talking about Conshohocken. Super walkable, super fun, super friendly. A lot of families there too, but a lot of space for young people to do what young people do, which is sit home and read books. No, but watch YouTube for sure. You got the Conshohocken train line that comes right in and takes you in and out of the city. You got the Riverside Dog Park. You're right along the Schuylkill, so you can go running, walking, biking there. But there's a lot of fun places to go sit and eat and have some fun at, including outdoor dining space along the trail. So if you like the outdoors, but you're not necessarily a runner or a jogger, or maybe you don't want to bike down the trail, you can take a meandering walk, grab a little bite to eat. So when you do check out Conshohocken, you've got to check out Fayette Street's restaurant and bar scene. There are so many to name and probably too numerous to mention. We'll put some links below there. But you could have something to eat every single night of the week, different, and still only be about halfway down Fayette Street on the one side, if that kind of gives you an idea of how many places we got in our fair suburb of Philadelphia, Conshohocken, Montgomery County. So if you're commuting to and from the city, you got a couple of ways to get in from Conshohocken into Center City. You can hop right on the SEPTA train, or the SEPTA bus will actually take you around as well. Got to mention that Conshohocken's got excellent school districts, so families, don't think it's not for you, but young people, you're going to love Conshohocken. You want to check out some housing? The row homes are averaging right around $280,000. Got some beautiful twins in that $400,000 price range. There's a huge rental market, but it's such a desirable area. It's highly wanted or highly desirable, which is driving prices up. Got an excellent school district, decent taxes, super commutable to the city, super commutable to outside of the city, which is what makes Conshohocken so good. But it is really fun, family friendly, but definitely for young people. They got a great 4th of July firework display. All right, young people, I know this is the moment you've been waiting for. Where am I going to live in Philadelphia? Now, we've got the obvious answers, and I know you're thinking of them in your head, so I'm not going to say them. All I'm going to say to you is no libs. That's right, no libs. Okay, end of video, just kidding. Now, seriously though, no libs is, or no libs, or I'm not sure how you want to pronounce it, but Northern Liberties inside of the city. Now, it's as cool and as eclectic as Brewery Town or Fish Town, but it's not really as highly mentioned, although if you start Googling it, you'll learn a lot about it. But Northern Liberties, no libs, is a super spot for young people. So the focal point of no libs is a 35,000 square foot Piazza Pod Park for dogs. Okay, people too. So if you like outside space, but you like being in the city, no libs is where it's at. Northern Liberties for sure. So if you're near the Pod Park, you got to check out so many other cool little spots around them. Right across, you got Schmidt's Brewing. They've got like these shipping containers set up to where the open space, you can sit and eat, you can have a drink. It's a really cool thing that they've done. Instead of your traditional bar scene, restaurants on either side of the street, just a neat setup there. You got to check it out. While you're there, you want to grab a drink, you want to grab a bite, I will see you at North Bowl or perhaps Silk City Diner. If you like your eggs green, we'll see you at Green Eggs Cafe. You're probably a 30-minute walk to Center City. Gosh, if you grabbed like a quick cab ride or Uber or something, maybe 10 minutes. SEPTA will get you into Center City probably 20 minutes, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on the time of day and how hard they're hitting the pedal to the metal there. But Northern Liberties is a cool spot, a little bit different than Fishtown, Brewery Town, very hip like Queens Village, but Northern Liberties is definitely where it's at for young people. Got to check it out. All right, young people, other cool, trendy, I don't know if I said cool. I'm not even sure if that's the right word for young people. Now look, I'm still a young person. I'm extremely young, okay? I'm like a violin. I get better with age. But seriously, if you're looking for other spots, definitely Fishtown and Brewery Town, like I mentioned. But don't forget to check out Roxborough, East Falls, Manayunk. Of course, you got Center City. That's always good. And we've done a couple of videos like this. So check out our channel. While you're there, hit subscribe, hit like, make a comment there. It helps the channel if you subscribe. We appreciate it. It also helps the channel if you like. And if you didn't like it, that's okay too. We want your honesty because that helps us. Okay, we got two more categories here. Let's talk upscale. Now, upscale Philadelphia, there's a lot. Of course, anywhere in the city, okay, end of video. But seriously, we got Chestnut Hill. Now, Chestnut Hill is really decent spot. It's getting outside of the city. You got Germantown Avenue with all the local eateries and all the local pubs and all the local spots to shop. Got a cobblestone walkway there. Check out our Chestnut Hill video. You were probably 12 miles or so outside of the city, maybe 10 miles outside of Center City. You could be in the Center City if you were driving, 30 minutes maybe. SEPTA will get you in there in about 15, 20 minutes. Hop on a bus, hop on a train. Now, Chestnut Hill is still known as the Garden District of Philadelphia, although most of the chestnut trees are probably extinct. I'm sure there's a few that they're trying to keep around. They've got some awesome real estate in this area. Some beautiful mansions, really nice Victorian homes. Home of the Philadelphia Cricket Club. There's also Wissahickon Park, which is like miles and miles of walking and hiking and biking. Wissahickon Park, parts of it will take you from pretty much Center City all the way out into the counties, into Valley Forge that we mentioned. All right, upscale Philly. Can't talk about upscale without talking about the main line. Check out our mainline channel. Check out our mainline videos. So the main line is the suburbs of Philadelphia, northern and western. Outside of the city, we got Montgomery, Chester, Delaware counties. We got the best school districts in the state, the best school districts in the country. Private and public schools as well. The main line's got world-renowned golf courses and the Devon Horse Show. Gotta see our video on Devon. So the main line has a little bit of everything for everybody. If you wanted something really city-like but wanted to be outside of the city and wanted it affordable, we have that. You wanted to be in a townhouse in a very rural type or residential type area, we have that too. All within a few miles of each other. Still getting the best districts in the area. 20-minute commute into Center City. You've got dozens of university type communities as well. And what's really neat about the main line is those university sections or those cities, they really blend well with the rest of the area. You got students and families alike frolicking arm in arm down Route 30. No, but seriously, a lot of opportunity for jobs, for finance, for schooling. The main line is and could be and should be your one-stop shop. Great property values, best school districts, great spot to live, upscale living, super eateries. All right, so a few other upscale neighborhoods. You got to talk about Center City. You got Market East and Rittenhouse Square. I mean, Center City for sure. Outside of the city, we got Lower Gwinnett. You got Doylestown and Bucks County. You got Newtown. All right, last but not least, one of my favorites is historic. You like history? Well, you came to the right place. Of course, with Philadelphia and history, you gotta start in Old City. Independence Hall, Liberty Bell, Betsy Ross House, and your house. Now, it's not very inexpensive to live in Old City, but there are some really cool spots in Old City, and we can certainly get you something with great bang for your buck. Got an average price point of about $400,000, but there are a ton of places for you. Even in the most expensive parts of Old City, which we can get you into for under $200,000. Like condo living, we've got you covered there. Old City is right near the piers, Penn's Landing, the River Rink. You can even see New Jersey from Old City. Because of all the history there and because of all the tourist attractions, it's actually one of the safest parts of Philadelphia, which made our list for one of the reasons why it made our list, besides being super historic. So you want to get in Center City? Well, do you have 5 minutes? Literally 5 minutes. Hop on the Spring Garden train. They've got commutes 5 to 8 minutes, I think. Literally less than 10 minutes you can be in Center City. You want to run into Center City and do some shopping, come back to Old City and do some historic shopping. You are probably 10 minutes from New Jersey on a train. You can be in New Jersey in, 15 minutes, depending on how blocked up the bridges are. If you didn't feel like driving, if you didn't feel like getting on the train, and you don't feel like swimming, there's a ferry that will take you over to New Jersey as well. I like Old City because it's a decent price point, super safe, a lot of history, a lot of fun things to do. Even if they say, oh, if you live in Old City, you get tired of that. You don't. Great spots to eat. Just a cool, phenomenal. Every time I say cool and phenomenal, make a check mark. If I had $1 for every time he said phenomenal, but it really is a neat spot. All right, right before this video becomes history, let's also talk about some more history. Something a little unforgotten in South Philadelphia, Passyunk Square. So Passyunk Square has a ton of history, and if you know anything about cheesesteaks in Philadelphia, and you know anything about Pat's and Geno's, check out our South Philadelphia video. But it's very historic, not only for delicious sandwiches, but also the Italian market. the largest outdoor market in the area, in the world. Well, maybe not the world, but it's super exciting. And it's right in Passyunk Square. So the market has that classic, like little carts with the awnings and the grocers just standing outside. Well, it's expanded even further than Rocky. This isn't where Rocky ran up the steps. This is another spot, but you got to mention it because there's a lot of history here. It's expanded into pubs and eateries and a really cool outdoor space, a park for the families. So it's super historic, but super fun as well. It's great for any age. It's not overcrowded with young or old people. It's a nice blend of all ages, really. Why I really like Passyunk Square is the housing market is right in line with the rest of South Philly. It hasn't been super elevated, and there's really no distressed housing. Of course, there's always some in some of the areas, but the amount of house that you can get in the South Philly area and be so close to history and be so close to Passyunk Square and be so close to aged provolone makes our probably #1 area, hint, hint, for bang for your buck, for being historic, and for just being all around great spot. So you want to go South Philly into Center City, probably a 15-minute train ride, or car ride rather. A train ride's probably about 10 minutes, maybe about 15 minutes as well. If you like sports, you're not far from there either. All right, so what other cool historic areas are there in and out of the city? Check out Germantown, Westchester. Now, we mentioned that a little earlier in the video. Go Golden Rams. Gosh, University City Graduate Hospital. Also Phoenixville in Chester County. Ever heard of the Blob? Well, I hope you found this video helpful. Hit that comment button, hit that like button, make that comment down below. If you're down there below, hit subscribe, but don't forget to hit that bell notification. I'm Gregory Martier, your local real estate expert here in the greater Philadelphia area. We got you covered in and out of the city, got you covered history, families, young people, old people. We got you covered. We are one of you. I'm happy to help and glad to do it. Hit us up anytime. Send us a message. We are helping a lot of people move to the area, and we're glad to do it. Thanks so much for your time, everybody. I'll see you on the next video.